studio today with Jon Ferrara, the CEO and founder of Nimble. How are you?
I'm really good, Amanda. I'm really excited to be here today.
Actually, the co-founder of another little CRM company known as Goldmine. One of the first CRM companies, really.
We really helped pioneer the whole SFA and CRM space 20 years ago with Goldmine. And the idea that I had back then is that salespeople don't work in a vacuum. They work as part of a larger team, and everybody in the team touches the customer. And I recognized back then what my team needed was a tool that enabled all of us to communicate and collaborate, to tie that communication and collaboration back to who we were talking about, our customer, to be able to manage communication with the customer and do top-of-mind marketing with the customer, and to manage the resulting business pipeline that occurred from those interactions. Little did I know it, 20 years ago, we basically invented SFA and CRM before there even were such terms. And I looked around at the existing CRM systems that were on the marketplace, and I said to myself that most of them really don't manage relationships at all. What they are management tools to help managers keep their finger on the pulse of the business and their hand around the neck of the salesperson, and they don't manage the things that we help build relationships with, which is your communications and your activities. Because most people who use enterprise CRM systems live in Outlook or Address Book or Google Contacts. Why? Because that's where their communications and their contacts and their calendar are.
Right.
And they basically feed the CRM systems the night before the reports are due. And so they don't get in trouble with management. My whole premise of CRM, it's about relationships. And you manage relationships with contacts, calendar, communications, and social listening engagement. And so I built Nimble. I want to see what's pending, who's going to do it, what's been done, who's done it, and all communication has occurred by me or anybody on my team across any way we can communicate. So IM, text message, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Skype, and email. I want connected to the record automatically, but I don't have to type anything. That's the problem with CRM systems is we ask people to actually input stuff into it. They shouldn't have to. It should just collect the things you do, and so when you want to know what you did, you just bring up a record and you can see it, and that's the idea of Nimble. We map into the cloud where your contacts and all the communication ways that you do it, and we just unify it into one place. So it's not just inbox, it's your contacts, it's your activities, and all your communications that you or your team are having, and I call it social business nirvana. So what we're looking at here is a contact record in Nimble, and everything revolves around the contact. How do we get our contacts in there? Where are our contacts today? Where our contacts today are in the cloud. They're in Google, they're in Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and they're in Outlook. And we map into that information, and we allow you to import it all into a single place, synchronize your calendar and all the communications. So then what happens is when I'm looking at a contact record, I can go ahead and see who that person is. I could even see how we're connected. So Nimble will show me who that person is. It'll even show me who their peers are. So I can go ahead and see who they're connected with. And then from here, Nimble will actually show me if there's additional places where I can go ahead and connect with them. We automatically map in the social accounts. So you don't have to look any of this stuff. It happens automatically for the person.
Nice.
And then we synchronize all the direct communication. And so basically any way I communicate with this person, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, or anybody on my team communicates with them, depending on the security settings, you would have that connected in here. So I'd have all my tasks, all my messages, and from here I can send new messages. So anywhere I communicate with this person, I can decide what's the best way to communicate with Alan. So from here I can send direct messages on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or email. I could schedule tasks for myself or my team members. So I could delegate activities. I could schedule events, and I could log activities. And the beauty is I don't have to worry about whether I'm doing this work in Nimble or I'm doing it at Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or Google. I could work whichever way I want, and Nimble collects everything. But when I do look at it in Nimble, I get a 360-degree view of all the ways I'm touching this person, and it enables me to see them in a way you typically wouldn't be able to see. And if we pop back to the screen a second, thank you, I can go ahead and look at the social stream. So this is what this person's saying to the world. So not only can I reply or retweet to the public social stream, I could also go ahead and assign tasks out of the tweets, because a lot of times what people say in their stream are sales or service opportunities for your organization. I could even see what Alan is saying to the world. So basically I could see who he's talking to, and if there's somebody that I actually want to get involved with myself, I can go ahead and bring that person into my Nimble database, and we'll build a new record out of their social profile. I don't have to type in a thing.
I see why you won the award. So people are always like, wow, this is obvious and innovative at the same time, which is what you want.
Yeah. You have your contact record, and anything you do with the contact, any message you send, any activity that you schedule, also shows up in your universal inbox. So this is back to your inbox. So basically, today, you go into Google to do your messages. You go to Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter to do your messages. And in Nimble, you have a single place to do all your communication. And the great thing is that when I go and I see a message, I can go ahead and click not only reply and retweet to the message. In Nimble, it shows me who that person is and allows me to see any communications that I've had with the person, any activities that are pending, and allows me to schedule activities right here from the contact record. So I don't have to jump to the contact record, but if I wanted to, I could jump from my inbox to the person. So in Outlook and Address Book and Google Contacts, you can't jump from the inbox to the person. You can't jump from the calendar to the person. In Nimble, everything's connected. And then if I go back to a person, I see that somebody's communicating and I've never, that I don't know who they are, I can go ahead and click and see who that person is, and Nimble will actually show me who that person is. So we actually go and look up their background and enable you to then see who you're talking to, and you can build a new record from there. Then you have your activities, so basically all the things that you need to do that day. And we go to Twitter, or if we're real fancy, we go to Hootsuite, TweetDeck, or Sesmic. The problem is none of these things connect the messaging, the tweets, to the contacts. So if I click on a tweet in any of those other systems, I see just what that person said right there. But in Nimble, when I click on that, I actually get to see who that person is, and I can go ahead and not just see who that person is, but I can actually drill down and look at that person's social stream across all of their social background, their social connections across Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn in one stream.
Garrick.
So now I can see their stream across all their networks in one place. So I don't have to go to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter to manage my relationships.
There's so many implications to that. So many. You know, I mean, it's good for reporters. It's good for PR people. I mean, who do you see using it? It's a CRM tool for, you know, tons of different folks. I mean, who do you see using it the most?
Well, Amanda, let's just talk about CRM for a second. I think that most people don't really even know what a go ahead, you can have it back. What a CRM system is or should be. And I personally, I used to work at Hughes Space and Communication. We had books on acronyms, and I think acronyms are designed by the high priest of knowledge to control information. and I'd rather call it, it's a social business tool. So it's a social relationship manager. And who needs that? Well, anybody, right? But mainly we're targeting business-to-business professionals, people who want to build business relationships individually or as a team. And our idea is that if you give somebody a single place to manage their contacts, their communications, their activities, and their social engagement, providing them with their relationships, their social listening, and internal collaboration, all wrapped around a simple, affordable, web-based solution. In fact, Nimble Contact by itself, standalone, is free. I think that you'll get millions of people to adopt it.
So you're working off a freemium model then?
We are.
Wow, so anybody can sign up.
Anybody
and try it out.
We're actually a platform play. So Nimble, before building the platform, I built the API and the dev environment with the team, and then we built Nimble on top of that. We're going to share that API and dev environment with the community to empower them to extend Nimble and build widgets and apps and conduits, and empower them to grow and extend Nimble to do all the things that all the people you'd imagine they're going to want to do with their relationships, and they can share and sell those apps in our App Store. Well, I guess I can't call it App Store. Steve, I know that you've licensed that name. We'll call it the App Place, the Nimble App Place.
The App Place. No, I think it's really smart to have an API. Dave, do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have an API these days. And so once these guys are, once everybody's on this system, people are going to want to mine it with additional third-party systems. And that makes you a cloud, by the way. You got to have an API to be a cloud, so you guys are officially a cloud. No, ultimately, do you think this is something that is going to expand even further out of the immediate social networks? Is this going to get into, perhaps some, content-based systems where we're finding out pieces of information about people and how those kind of collapse into our understanding about them? And some of that in Salesforce right now, but it's kind of weak. It seems to me that you guys have this portal and how you get into the social networking stuff. You can also kind of gear into or get into other aspects another information you can mine about particular individuals. Are you going to move in that direction?
Well, we actually already are doing quite a bit of that. So when you input somebody's information, Nimble will actually build a profile for them automatically. And we do that through some of the relationships we have with existing vendors like LinkedIn, as opposed to us going and scraping data sites or using data from companies that have done that. We actually have relationships with a lot of the different sites that enable us to map your relationships and build out a profile automatically, which will give you a picture of who you're talking to, and then we're going to take that information and infer information from that. So we'll actually look at their stream and tell you things about themselves that they may not even know, that will allow you to better understand them. And not from a stalking perspective. It's really more of an idea of the better you know your customer, the better you'll be able to serve them, because you'll understand them and their needs in a way that allows you to deliver superior service.
Does it also give you a snapshot, perhaps, of like, I'm intrigued by the fact that you can see how you communicate with a particular person the most. So let's say, I find out, well, my mom and I actually talk a lot on Facebook, ironically. So, okay, I kind of know that. But, let's say that I'm trying to sort out where are my customers? And is there a way to kind of take a snapshot of all of those people in Nimble and say, oh, wow, X% of the customers that I have, we're actually interacting with the most via LinkedIn or via Facebook or,
Well, not only will we give you the ability to see where you're talking to people, but also who your most important people are.
Ooh.
Because once you have all of your communications in one place, you could actually see who your most important people are, or people who are slipping off your radar that you can then decide, well, I need to stay back in touch with them. So you could put together a group of your most important people that you think, or Nimble will put them together for you, and as they slip off a sort of a guideline of top of mind, Nimble will help you be aware of that. Because there's a saying that Mae West used to say, and I love Mae West. She used to say, out of sight is out of mind, and out of mind is out of money, honey. And business really is all about being top of mind. And so if you could stay top of mind with your customer, because you never know when they're going to make a buying decision, if you can stay top of mind with your customer, then you can turn your social communities into customers for life.
And that, folks, is the quote of the show.